tonight's sponsor is BetterHelp. If you are suffering from a clinical mental health issue like anxiety or depression, or if you are going through a hard time, therapy can help. BetterHelp was designed to make finding a therapist easy and to make therapy more accessible and affordable. BetterHelp can match you with a therapist online in as little as a few days. Once you're matched, you can do therapy sessions remotely from the comfort of your own home. It's easy to sign up and get started. Click the link in my description box below to get 10% off your first month of therapy, or visit betterhelp.com/itsblitzzz. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/itsblitzzz. I now invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's video. guys, welcome back to another ASMR session with my friend Netta. I'm so grateful to have Netta in this video. I'm going to talk a bit more about our friendship while I am doing this massage and this hypnotic kind of session with her. I'm going to talk about some of our experiences together, just really positive ones, and I'm just so glad that she was able to come over today, and I'm very glad that you guys are here as well to join us in entering a state of deep relaxation. We're going to focus on acts of service. I thought it would be a nice kind of, not mantra, but just a nice thought to start the session off with, especially because Netta and I are both new mothers. We were able to go through pregnancy together, or at least our pregnancies overlapped. So we went through some of the same experiences, and she was a great person of support to me in pregnancy and also after in the postpartum period, which we are both still very much in right now. And I think when I became a mother, I realized just how nice it was to have those people around who were able to support me and also who I was able to support as well. So again, acts of service. How can we be of service to other people? How can we accept acts of service from others? It's definitely my love language, and something I really try to do in my life on a regular basis. A lot of people really stepped up for me when I was pregnant, but also just in general. I feel like I have an amazing group of friends around me, friends and family as well. And Netta was one of the first people I ever met in LA when I moved here. So I'm not exactly sure how we met, possibly through friends or through my boyfriend, but she was just so warm from the start, very kind, and she was one of my first friends, and I've really valued our friendship a lot, even more now that we have children, and our children are also friends, which is amazing. So I'm hoping today to just bring about a sense of security and safety for Netta and help her to release any tension, any stress in her body, any stress in her mind, any thoughts that aren't serving her. And I hope when she leaves my house today, she will leave feeling completely at peace and centered and free of any negative thoughts, negative feelings, just normal feelings that we carry with us on a day-to-day basis, or things that might arise in our week. And all the small, or large stressors that come with having a baby, all the challenges. hopefully this session will allow her to take some time away from that and go back feeling rejuvenated and refreshed and more balanced. So often I find that these ASMR sessions are like hypnosis sessions, but many people know of hypnosis in a way that I think does not define it in reality. So to me, hypnosis is really an altered state of consciousness, but one where you're much more aware to things around you or things that are being said to you, so you can really take in everything around you more clearly, and you can apply it to your life, or you can apply it to the current present moment. So I like to help people enter that altered state of consciousness where they're very, very relaxed. They might even feel like they're sleeping, but they're actually listening to every word that I say very clearly. So it's kind of like a deep meditation for your mind and for your body. So I'm going to gently brush out her hair with one of my favorite brushes. You guys have seen this before. It has really fine bristles on it. It kind of gives your head a nice massage. I'll brush her ends out first to make sure there are no tangles. And I'm also going to use a wooden comb and just lightly part her hair and do a gentle massage with the bristles to help her relax even more. So right now, everything in her body and everything around her is slowing down. Nothing is less effective. Everything is just slowing down and becoming more relaxed and more centered. Her breathing, her heart rate, they're both slowing down. And I'm going to start snapping my fingers. And I'm going to slow them down. And as I slow this rhythm, I really want Netta to imagine all the stress in her body dissipating. And as all the tension just melts or washes away, I want her to imagine that her body becomes weightless. It's just not held down. It's as light as a feather, just freely floating wherever it wants to go. And if she descended from a height right now, a great height, she would not descend quickly, but she would very gently drift downwards and regain her footing, feeling completely grounded. And when her feet touch the ground, she still retains that weightless feeling. It's not a bad feeling, it's not a scary feeling, it's not one that evokes any type of anxiety, but the opposite. Her body is completely free and relaxed. And as I move my hands around her head and her body, even if I'm not touching her, she will be able to feel where they are, and they will create a sense of safety and that sense of security around her. And she knows where they are, and it's very predictable and comforting. And if her mind starts to wander or is preoccupied by any thoughts or feelings or ideas, sometimes when we're meditating or relaxing or even sleeping, our subconscious or our conscious mind, we can be preoccupied by just so many things. Things that have happened earlier in the week, earlier in the day, or they can be just completely random thoughts that don't make sense to us. So if any of those come into her mind, I want her to just gently release them. If anything painful comes to the surface, any feelings of loss or anger, frustration, I would like her to release those as well. And because she is so acutely aware of what I am saying right now, she will be able to release them. Even after she leaves my house, her mind will feel more clear. She'll have a better sense of security. And she will be able to get a great night of rest tonight, which is really the fundamental way that our body repairs itself. going to use a very, very small amount of spring water. It's like a fine mist, so it's not going to be wet, but it's very hot in LA, and it will just be a nice, cool mist. I'm going to gently clip her hair back. And get a tiny amount of lotion. This is just baby lotion, but it has colloidal oatmeal in it, and I've been using it a lot lately. So I'll rub that together on my hands. And I'm going to very gently touch her shoulders and her neck, and then apply a little bit of pressure. Nothing painful. And I'm doing some compressions with my hands very gently, kind of a rocking motion. Using my knuckles a very small amount, and then doing more compressions on her arms. You don't have to do a deep tissue massage to make somebody relax. In fact, I often find gentle massage is more effective for relaxation and for healing the body. When I do use my hands to do massage, to offer massage, I usually focus around the neck area. As I've mentioned before, that's where a lot of us carry our stress. And you'll notice that if you ever experience a negative emotion or any normal emotion that makes you feel tense, you can feel in your body like where your body carries it the most. So it could vary individually, but a lot of people will tense up in their upper body, their upper back, their shoulders, their neck. So we're just helping to loosen that up.
And again, while she is in this state of altered consciousness and awareness, I'm going to suggest that when she goes to sleep tonight, she really allows herself to drift back into this relaxed state. And while she's doing it, she can keep in mind the things that we talked about today and try to get back to that feeling of being weightless. Also, metaphorically, just letting go of, any emotional weight, any mental exhaustion. Our bodies are strong and resilient, and so are our minds. So tomorrow when she wakes up, everything will feel new and exciting and fresh, and she'll feel well rested. And if at any point she starts to feel overwhelmed in the coming days, all she really needs to do is slow down. Slow down. Even when she gets up from bed in the morning, she can slow down and do it intentionally, allowing her body to do whatever it needs to do to feel good. And sometimes that's just taking things slowly. So right now, like I mentioned, it's very hot here where we live. We're experiencing a heat wave, and while in LA, we're very much still in summer. So we don't need to wish for more heat, but it feels cool and temperate inside. The temperature here is perfect in the house, in this safe area. But when I move my hands around her, I want her to imagine being wrapped in warmth. It's not uncomfortable or hot, but it's reassuring. And it makes our body feel really, really nice and tingly. Any type of touch increases circulation, and as blood flows in our body, our cells carry oxygen throughout the bloodstream, repairing everything, restoring function. And I want her to allow that warmth to just spread throughout her body. And I want her to allow her body to repair anything that needs to be repaired physically, so mentally, she is also able to function at an optimal level with clarity and peace and happiness. And I'm going to start snapping my fingers a bit more quickly. And as I do, she will begin waking up. If she's drifted off, coming back to center. And unfortunately, my camera battery is about to die, so I'm going to change it in a moment. But first, I want her to come back to center, come back to the present moment. Still feeling relaxed, but opening her eyes. Taking in her surroundings. And I'm going to get her some water as well. Taking a deep breath in and out while I quickly go get a new battery for my camera. But first, I will pour her some water. Actually, I need something to open the water, so I will be right back.
That's nice.
Hey.
My head kept like nodding.
I mean, I believe that always happens. Okay, 1 second. So I have some spring water for Netta for her to drink because she actually told me that she got a professional massage this morning. So it's the day of relaxation, and spring water has natural electrolytes and minerals that will help hydrate her even more so than regular regular water. And how do you feel?
Relaxed. I fell asleep.
I could feel her like nodding a bit, but I feel like that usually happens. Do you feel like you were sleeping, but you could still hear the things I was saying?
Yeah, I could hear everything and was very aware the whole time, but I was deeply relaxed.
That's great. I wanted to tell you guys a very quick story about Netta and I before I turned the camera off. I think it was back in, I don't know, it was December or January of this year, and Netta was like 9 months pregnant or like about to have a baby, and I was at home, with a baby who was a couple months old, and at the time I didn't realize it, but I was feeling really anxious, but I was actually going through a postpartum thyroid issue, and I was having really fast heart rate, and I just felt so scared and sick, panicky, and I texted Netta, and she came to my house late at night. It was like 9 or something, and she sat with me outside, out back, in our backyard, and literally gave me a massage, and I felt so much better. It was just so genuinely nice and such a relief, and it really brought me back from feeling anxious and stressed out. So I really appreciate that so much. It was just a genuinely very kind moment, and I hope that I was able to give back a small bit of that today. I wanted to thank you for joining me in my video. I actually have some chocolate for you in the kitchen to just raise your blood sugar a bit if it dropped during our session. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being my friend. I love you and I appreciate you. And thank you guys for joining us today. I will see you all very soon in my next video. And I will talk to you then. Bye.
That was way better than my massage.
That's good.
Oh, I've never had that done before. The power of touch.
It's real. I mean, honestly, I always feel really relaxed.